So today is Saturday, August 10th. Yesterday, Friday, August 9th, we got 7 inches of rain in approximately, well, less than 12 hours. So I'm doing this video just to kind of document the changes from the last storm to this one. Those logs over there are just floating. This is the upper crossing at the ford at the High Pines. So my last video, this stuff was still in good shape. You can see how high the water was, and this is probably 10, 20, 30, 40, almost 50 feet across here. Now this is somewhat disheartening. So when the U.S. Fish and Wildlife originally started doing this project, it was because of what's happening right here. So the creek was flooding my back field and putting all kinds of debris and stuff in it. And it held up from the rain on Tuesday. But yesterday, it did not. And you can see it just, there was like a 5-foot high bank there. It all filled in. All the water diversion things they put in are gone. Backfield's got debris and stuff smashed up against my fence. Hopefully it didn't ruin any of it. I want to walk out there and look, but I don't have my boots on. Well, yeah, so water is just incredibly powerful. Especially when you get 7 inches of rain in less than 24 hours, it's got to go somewhere. But I don't know how in the world they could even fix this, but Dave's pretty good. Tom, the other guy, I forget his name. Anyway. Alright, stand by. Alright, so here's another look at. Now, ironically enough, those logs are holding tight, but you can see how the water is boiling underneath them, so I suspect that that's all undermined and it's just over there chewing the bank away. I'm gonna go up here to this corner and see what's going on. Now this little stream right here hasn't really had any water in it for a long time, which that tells me that somewhere upstream the water broke its banks and it's starting to run down this old stream bed again. Alright, so right here you can see it actually come the whole way up over the bank. And the camera doesn't really do a good job, but that's at least 5 feet down there. These rocks actually held up pretty good. That water, you gotta realize, all that water's coming right straight down, right into this corner and just smashing the crap out of this corner. Looks like Well, those logs moved again. You can see, I'll see if I can get it in here. Right over there, the water broke its bank up there when using that as an alternate channel. Well, while we're walking here, I wanted to, it's funny because this storm, the worst of it came through a very small area. And, you know, I had to burn up my generator and my transfer switch and stuff in my house. And had a bunch of fence damage and stuff. So, we're talking to a couple people and that's related to emergency services and disaster relief, and they said, oh, they're not going to do nothing. You're not going to get any help. Which I know this is a pretty big valley up through here, and there's a lot of farms and houses and stuff. You know, and just because it doesn't affect a 100 square mile area doesn't mean that people don't need help. I don't really know how they justify that. Of course, anything that the government gets their hands on turns into a complete cluster. They, you know, I was talking to, well, I don't want to mention any names, but I was talking to someone that's works for some of the agencies that does these farm bills and stuff, and or farm programs. And it's like, so now this is the way I understand it, and it's so convoluted. It's like the tax system, and half the people that even work for these agencies don't know what the crap's going on. They can't understand. So how are we supposed to understand it? But that's the way they want it, so people don't utilize it. But anyway, yeah, this is a little bit of a gripe session. So, got all this fencing done. Well, they won't put your fencing in unless you have cows here. Okay? Which, yeah, you can put up temporary fence and stuff like that, but anybody that's used temporary fence knows it's not as good as holding cows as, you know, like a high tensile fence would be. But they won't put the fence up unless you have cows here. So if you want to get cows, or if you want to get fencing, you got to get cows and hope they don't get out. But wouldn't it make more sense to put the fencing up and then get the cows? Like cart before the horse thing? And then, since I'm on the subject, there's a program you can get into to build an animal shelter, barn, whatever you want to call it. But they won't let you do that until you have animals here. So at the detriment of the animals, not having a place to shelter or a place to rehab or whatever if they get hurt or whatever. But you got to have the cows here before they'll work with you to get a grant to build a shelter. Putting the cart before the horse again. It absolutely makes no sense. I don't know who the people is that write these bills, but they're a bunch of cotton picking idiots in my opinion. So today, I'm going to be emailing some congressmen voicing my, oh, I left my hammer clean up there. I ain't going back. I gotta get ready for work. But anyway, I'm gonna be voicing my displeasure and telling them they need to relook at these bills, and instead of doing stuff to hinder farmers, which in my area, I mean, farms are closing up left and right, getting sold off for housing developments and stuff. And people need to understand, farmers are who feed the world. It doesn't come from a grocery store. Instead of doing stuff to hinder farmers, they need to start doing more stuff to help them. They waste all this money on this stupid crap. Here's the thing. You can't live without food and water. It should be at the top of the priority list. Everyone should be able to get what they need to sustain their family. But on the cup half full side, the good Lord will always take care of you. Just paying attention so I don't shock myself. All right. Well, yeah, here's my, so I got my tree strapped up for now with a piece of clothesline and a couple ratchet straps, but it'll do for now until I have time to stake it up the right way. All right, stand by.
From Gavin's house to here and back up.
All right, I'm gonna end this video here, so God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you on the next one. Here we go.